What's going on YouTube? And Cap24 coming back with a new play out of the gun wide off trip pass formation that we're going to be doing all week. Today's video is going to be a play in which I feel is one of the easiest, if not the easiest, cover 3 beater in the game that's going to yield you 20 yards. Okay, it beats cover 3 cloud flats, hard flats, and any type of adjustments they can do with the outside corners by putting them in deep blues. So if that sounds good, go ahead and hit that like button for us right away and see if we can get over 100 likes on this video. The play is going to be called double ins, and what you're going to see is there's a really unique route by this B receiver. I call it a corner stop route. You can see that he's going to go and basically run his corner and stop. That route is much more powerful than a comeback route. It gives you the opportunity of throwing it a lot quicker than a comeback route, and it gives you the opportunity to get 20 yards easily when you run it from the left hash mark going to the wide side of the field. You can always flip this and run it from the right hash mark going to left side in order to make it work. I'm going to show you the way that it's going to work on the far side and how it's going to work on the short side, just so you know what to expect if you go into game. And I'm also going to show you how it works against other coverages, just so there's no surprises. But I'm going to make this a cover 3 video because that is absolutely what it goes ahead and destroys best. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put the RB on a fade, the A on a zig, block our running back. Now the left receiver is a free player. I like to put him on a smart routed in, but definitely something depending on how much time you have, how much time you're willing to go at the line of scrimmage. You don't have to touch him whatsoever, and this is still going to work. But I like to put him on a smart routed in just to make sure that I have a back route in case the user wants to get aggressive and leave his assigned position. Then we're going to have something to throw to. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. I'm going to take this cover 3 and I'm going to put them on a cloud flat. Okay, that's what we're going to start off with. I made sure the nickel corner was on the right side of the field just to make sure that you see that we're going against the best coverage that we could possibly do. All 91 zones all over the field. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and wait until this B breaks and goes and stops. And you're going to see how the cloud is going to jump that zig, and that guy's going to get wide open for 20 yards. We're on the 40-yard line, meaning we have to get to the 40-yard line for it. The player indication does not show you that he's going to get all the way to the 40, but watch what happens on this play. So the A is going to go out. He's going to pull that player. The guy's going to be open, and he's just going to sit there right at the 40-yard line for the easy 20-yard gain. That's against cover 3 cloud flats, using it from the left hash mark. Remember, Madden 18 has the way it's programmed is basically if you're on the short side of the field, the zones go ahead and play a certain way. When you're on a wide side of the field, they play differently. So that's why I want to make sure you understand that this is going to work great to the wide side of the field. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here, but I'm going to go ahead and put them in hard flats, okay? And what you're going to see on hard flats is it's going to work even better because you don't have to convince that cornerback to play down on the line of scrimmage. He's naturally going to go there. So again, here we go. The A is going to go on his break. The B is going to be wide open. We're going to throw it to him. Possession, catch that ball for 20 yards every single time you run this. Now, I want to make sure that I mention this is a throw that you're going from the left hash mark to the right sideline. The better throwing power you have, the better this is going to work for you because this is definitely a big boy throw. If you're playing with somebody that has a little bit less arm strength, you may want to go ahead and inch your way closer to the throw, meaning don't throw it from the left hash mark, maybe go to the middle of the field or more towards the right hash mark as you buy time to make sure that you shorten the throw for yourself to compensate for that throwing power. So let's go ahead and look one more time on the wide side of the field here, and we're going to put the 2 cornerbacks on your inverted to where they're doing deep halves, okay? That's going to do the same exact thing that we are going to yield the same results here. And you see that the A is going to pull down that same cloud, and you're going to be able to just fire it over there, catch this ball, possession catch it for the easy 20-yard gain. Now I want to go ahead and take this to the short side of the field and show you how it's going to work differently, okay? Now, if they're playing hard flats, it doesn't matter. It's going to work the same way for you. It's where they start doing cloud flats is where it's going to change up the way it works. So basically here what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the same thing. The guy's going to jump it because he's already supposed to, and now you're going to get about 18 yards. So you don't get the full 20 of the way it works on the short side of the field, but you're going to have some great success. Now, if they're doing cloud flats, this is where it gets very, very difficult because the player's not going to react the same way as far as the jump time down to the zig route. So when you see this, I want to make sure that you see how it reacts so there's no surprises if you try to do this to the short side of the field and they're playing cloud flats. So here goes the A. You're going to watch that guy. He's not going to jump. 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 Now he jumps. All right? So if you're willing to wait all that time, go ahead. You can make it work. You can definitely throw it to that zig route earlier, but you're really not going to get a whole lot of yardage. So that's why I want to make sure that you know that I like to run this on the wide side of the field for the best results as far as consistency of success. If you want to run this on the right side, they're running, predominantly hard flats, go ahead. You're going to have some great success. But if they're running, the back and forth of clouds and hards, just make sure that you read that corner and know that you may have to wait a little bit longer in order to get him. So before we go to other coverages, I want to hammer in a point that I think is very, very important when it comes to understanding how play design works and how to put yourself in the best position possible. For each example I just showed you, I put the cornerback on the wide side of the field where you saw that the cornerback, the nickel cornerback, is on the right side, okay? When cover 3 coverages are typical, if they have a nickel corner on the field, it's the opposite side safety that's the other cloud flat. That's usually what it's going to be. So we were showing you how to attack the low side cloud flat. Well, if they were to flip this, and now you're going against a high side cloud flat, which would be your strong safety, it's going to change the timing of it, not the results of the play. And I want to make sure you understand this and know when you look at a defense to understand, okay, why is my play taking a little bit longer? Why is this different? And how can I make it to where it's as fluid as the first couple examples? When we do this, okay, the cloud flat is going to start from the top, right? We're going to do the same exact setup. And the reasoning behind them being different is the cloud flat isn't going to get sucked down right away. One, it comes from a greater distance, and two, the corner on the zig takes a little bit longer to get in his area to where it goes about where the numbers are. So we're going to have to wait a half a second longer before he jumps the zig, meaning that we might have to buy ourselves a second to throw the ball. So how we do this, we're going to hike the ball. We're going to see how the guy went high first. We're going to just go underneath this player, throw this ball there, and we're good to go. So knowing where the cloud flat is coming is pretty essential for pre-play planning when you do it. So if I saw this alignment right here, I'm going to think to myself, nickel cornerbacks on the right side, typically speaking, he's going to be the one in the cloud flat. If they're running cover 3, I can get away with not having to really get myself that extra second. However, if they were running it on this side, where the nickel back was on the left side, I'm going to think, okay, most likely the strong safety is in the cloud flat, meaning I may have to do a little bit of adjustment. If this is this type of style defense that they're running over and over and over against you, what your thought process should be is, I should be running this on the right hash mark, going towards the cornerback side, the nickel cornerback side, for the greatest success. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how it works flipped, just so you can see it here from a standpoint of looking at it. I'm going against a defender. He likes to put his nickel cornerback to the wide side of the field, or just he likes standard coverage, and this is what he likes to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the right side of the field, and I'm going to save this play for when it has the most opportunity for success, which is to the wide side of the field towards the nickel corner. So I'm going to put the RB on the fade, A on the zig, block my running back, and again, what we'll do is this, we'll just put the X on a smart route in. And what we're going to see is that you're going to get that same ability to throw it to this B receiver. I'm going to wait a half a second, throw this ball over there, and you're going to get that yardage on the sidelines. So the point I'm trying to hammer in is to be the smartest Madden player you can, understand the basics of coverage, and knowing when's the best to attack and when's not the best to attack. So for this play design for cover 3, try to attack the nickel corner, from the wide side of the field in order to have the most success to show you what we've been showing you as we go. So let's go ahead and look at the other coverages now. So let's look at cover 2. And what I'm going to do here is just base the line, put the middle line back on deep blue. And what you're going to notice here is that it's not going to jump the A receiver like it does against cover 3. It's going to wait a lot longer, very similar to how we showed you with cover 3 on the short side of the field. And you're going to have to buy your time, or you're going to have to take the A receiver as your first option earlier in the throw to get yourself about 3 to 5 yards. So watch how it works. I'm waiting on cover 2, waiting on him to jump, waiting on him to jump, waiting on him to jump. Now he jumps. Now I can throw it, okay? If you're okay with that, then you definitely can have a cover 2 beater. You know, typically speaking, if that's only player that you're looking at, if you wait long enough, that guy's going to eventually get open on the wide side of the field. You're just going to have to be a little bit more crafty about making more time for yourself. And I want to make sure that you understood that. Now, with cover 4, if you're going against a cover 4 where they're baselining press, and they kind of get themselves like right on top of you, and then they're doing underneath coverage, it's going to work. Okay, this is where most people will play their cover 4s if they want to press. The only difference is that player who's pressed is going to react a little bit quicker to that B receiver. So you just want to make sure that you throw a bullet pass and you do get yourself as short of a throw as possible. So watch how it is here. You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. Now I'm gonna throw this ball here, and I'm gonna catch that ball right on the sidelines. However, when you're going against cover 4 with cloud flats, it's not going to have the same success. And you'll see here, because the player is in his deep fourth, that cloud flat won't jump down on that A receiver quite as quickly. So you'll see that the A actually becomes a much better option for you earlier in the throw. And you're really going to have to wait a whole lot of time to get to the B receiver. So here he goes. You can see that he's not going to jump, not going to jump, not going to jump. Just throw it to him. Get yourself some yards, and have a nice, easy play. So that's what you should expect against all coverages. Obviously, cover 3 from the left hash mark is your money maker. It can work on the right hash against your hard flats and be just as successful. But know how it's going to react to cover 2 or cover 4, just in case you get a mixed up coverage that you weren't expecting and how it is. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button if you like this play and how simplified the cover 3 beater is for you. It's really going to be a nice play to go to for this scheme, just to make sure that if you get them having to either man him up or do several levels of zones in order to basically stop them, you're definitely ahead of the game of opening up a whole lot more for yourself when it comes to this scheme. We appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on tomorrow's video.